What up, family? Quick food for, no, I ain't even gonna say quick food for thought. Check it out, food for thought. To the point where I had to actually take a walk on this one. I had a discussion, right? And I say a discussion, not a debate, argument, or nothing like that, but a discussion. And in the discussion, the topic of the situation was, basically, in my opinion, understanding what you're passionate about life and understanding that, you always have to work towards things in life. Now, I'm going to say this, right? I'm a firm believer that we all get to wherever we got to get to in our own way. There's no one universal blueprint to do that. But in the same token, I do believe in my heart of hearts that part of why that thinking comes even into play is what we got to go back at the beginning before we can move on any further than that, right? So I got to take you back for a second. Taking you back to the situation where I think about it from this perspective, right? I think part of the reason why we feel as though that we have to postpone or delay or either put on hold our dreams, goals, and aspirations, but more importantly than all of those things, our passions, because of the fact of what we were conditioned to think. See, early on, when we start thinking about money, living the life that we want to live and doing the things that we want to do, first thing that comes to mind is I got to get a job, right? You think about it from a kid's perspective. Even when you turn 17, 18 years old, you start thinking from the perspective of I got to get a job. Either that or go to school so I can make a lot of money so I can live the life I want to live, right? And I kind of covered this a little bit with the entrepreneurship element and mindset, right? But sticking to the script of what we're saying, what I'm talking about. We start to put in applications, right? Because you had to apply for a job. Passion finds you, but you got to go look for a job. And so what winds up actually happening is while you out there looking for a job, your passion and what you are constructed and designed and born to do is already there, right? But because of the fact that you can't see where the money comes into play with those things get pushed to the side or put on the back burner or they get tinkered with. They don't really get in, fully invested into because you need a job. You need a job because you need money. You need money because you need to live. And none of these things apparently can be accomplished unless that you got a plan to be able to get a job so you can do those things. So the point that I'm making in the situation, right, is within the conversation that me and the person was having, there was things that was expressed that made me have to kind of evaluate, my own thinking and how things fit into life, my personal life, the universal way that I see things, all those things, right? With that being understood, there were some key valid points that were made. But one of the things that I could not escape and get away from is the now. See, we know what we want now. Whether it's part of the plan for a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, we know what we want now. It is more difficult, in my opinion, to calm that thought and thinking down, right? And convince yourself that what you want now, what you're passionate about having now, what you know you want to do now, has to wait. Because it cannot compensate you. It cannot pay you. It cannot fulfill the things that you need, quote unquote, at least in your thinking, the theory, to live life. That's not true. It's not. Now, I'm not in opposition to having plans because I think if you recklessly do anything, reckless things will happen. But I will say that part of where it comes from, and I understand it, is because of what we're groomed to think. See, we're groomed to think that the only way that we can live life and do things and whatever it may be, survive, is by having a job. No, it takes money to live. It don't take a job to live. You can be jobless, but if you have money, you can still live whatever life you want to live. I'm just saying, the reality of it is where does the formulator come into the plan on how long you have to, if this is what you're doing, and everybody's not, if you have to put your purpose to the side? How long does that go on? When is it the right time for you to be living the life that you would want to live now? Why does that have to be lived later? I'm just trying to figure out what is it that is inside of you. But I figured it out. I did. Even in the midst of that conversation, I figured it out. We have been psychologically conditioned to believe that the only way that we can live in life happily is if we find a way to consistently, whether it's a job or whatever, just have money. Your purpose was born inside of you. You didn't have to fill out an application for your purpose. And I know some people may look at this and say, yeah, people, purpose ain't gonna pay the bills. Well, I beg to differ. Because see, I think if you invest in yourself, which is the best thing in my opinion you can ever invest in, you will find a way for your purpose to be able to fulfill all of what you need to be fulfilled in life. It's just that simple. Once again, am I in opposition of a plan? No, because I'll reiterate it. I think that, reckless thinking and reckless abandoned living usually turn into a reckless outcome. But what I will say is that at some point or another, that purpose in life gonna have to supersede that fear, or supersede just where it's gonna fall at in your plan. Never to put that out there from a negative perspective, but if you got a 10-year plan, but you got a 9-year life expectancy, then what did your plan do for you? If you got things that you wanna do when you turn a specific age, but you gotta make it to that age, and life is already challenging enough, what happens if you don't get there the way you want to get there? Purpose. As always, man, I appreciate the time. I had to walk on that one. I had to walk and talk on that one. Great conversation. Great conversation I had. And like I said, it's good. The saying has always been that wise men bicker, but fools fall out. With that being said, it is what it is. Live the life you want to live, but don't keep postponing and pushing off your purpose. It's what you was created to do. As always, appreciate the time, y'all. Y'all be safe. Have a good one. Peace. Oh, yeah, and as always, man, if you haven't done so already, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Y'all be cool. Peace.